How to take care of a baby tortoise. Tortoises are relatively easy pets to raise, although you will need some special equipment. Baby tortoises do not need to be treated much different than adults, except that you should take extra care to protect them from any outside dangers, as they are very small and vulnerable. When you get a new tortoise, it is extremely important that you identify what species it is. There are many different species of tortoises that all come from different areas of the world, so their dietary and habitat needs vary. Preparing the habitat. Choose the right type of enclosure. Your baby tortoise needs a habitat, but not just anything will do. Glass aquariums, which many people use, are actually not very good habitats for tortoises because the sides are too high and there is often not enough floor space. Tortoises also do not understand glass and can run into it. A wider, shallower container will work much better. A large plastic storage container works well for an indoor habitat. No top is needed. When you need a larger container, you can build or purchase a tortoise table, which is a large wooden enclosure on tall legs. Ensure proper UV exposure. In the wild, tortoises bask in the sun to regulate their body temperatures and absorb vitamin D to keep your tortoise healthy. It's important to simulate this exposure in captivity. Letting your tortoise out to bask in the natural sunlight for a few hours a week is a good idea. Do not put a glass tank in direct sunlight, however, as this can cause the enclosed area to become too hot. When your tortoise does not have access to natural sunlight, use a UV lamp to provide artificial sunlight. The exact amount of UV exposure your tortoise will require depends on the species, but it varies between 8 and 12 hours per day. Make sure the habitat is the correct heat and humidity. All tortoises need to live in warm habitats. It's a good idea to use heating lamps to create a gradient temperature within the enclosure. One side should be 22 degrees Celsius (70 degrees Fahrenheit) and the other should be 29 degrees Celsius (84 degrees Fahrenheit). The proper humidity level will depend on the species you have, so make sure you properly identify it. Desert tortoises should be kept in dry habitats, while tropical tortoises should be kept in moist habitats. Some tortoises may need even warmer habitats, so find out what the requirements are for your species. You can increase the humidity by moistening the substrate, especially in the area under the basking lamp. You can tilt the pen slightly to keep all of the moisture on one side. This will provide your tortoise with different microclimates to choose from. 4. Use the proper base material. There are lots of different bedding materials available at pet stores, but not all of them are good for tortoises. A combination of soft earth and sand is the ideal base layer for tortoises. Many would add some water in the soil and then thoroughly mix it while discarding any unwanted objects in the process. This will prolong the substrate's freshness, which reduces the frequency of substrate changes. Adding critters such as earthworms, springtails, and pillbugs can help the substrate last much longer through aeration and eating leftover food. Give the tortoise places to hide. Be sure to include various different items that your tortoise can hide under if it wants. This will provide it with both shade and security.